I just completed 1 month sober. No, I completed it. I'm back, baby. Back in Saturday, drinking tonight. I couldn't stay away for too long, I miss drinking and driving too much. What a good time. Always lose half the crowd on that. I get it. But you guys shouldn't worry. You're safe around me. I don't drink and drive in the streets. I do in my living room. Yeah, I've got a NASCAR simulator at home, and every night after a show, good or bad, I grab a 6-pack and 2 joints, and I just hit the road, you know? Yeah, it's a good time. I'm such a dork, sometimes my girlfriend falls asleep. I crack the windows and turn on the attic fan, get the wind going through my hair, so it feels like I'm really in the car, you know? Headphones full blast, turn miles an hour. My name is Dustin Slentz, like Katie said, but I was born with a different name. I was born as Dustin Wooldridge, and there's not like a cool or interesting backstory behind that. I'm not in witness protection or anything crazy. I just have parents that aren't friends. Fuck you guys, I have family down here. More of you should be laughing. I know it's not all perfect families in Springfield. Yeah, my mom was so mad at my dad by the time I was born, she named me after a man who played no role in my life. I never met that guy. I don't know anything about him. He could be dead for all I know. I think that's just who gave my mom a ride to the hospital that day. Maybe they made some Rumpelstiltskin deal on the side of the road, you know? He was like, I'll give you a ride if I can name your firstborn. She said, he's in jail. How about the second one? And here I am, yeah. All right, some of you are laughing, some of you look sad. Don't be sad, it all worked out. I'm now Dustin Slentz, and I have my father's name because in first grade he took my mom to court. Yeah. He got joint custody, I got a new last name, and I moved up 5 spots in the lunch line. What's up, man? There you go, that's a happy ending. That Salisbury steak's a little bit warmer today. Thanks, Dad, what a good guy. They fixed it right up, yeah. I'm really grateful for how it all worked out. I'm glad he didn't marry my mom. No one deserves that life sentence, you know? Oh, whatever. No one's made it yet. I love my mom, but growing up with her was tough, you know? My mom's like a narcissist and egotistical and, you know, like an alcoholic, incapable of empathy, homophobic, a little racist. And that's a lot to deal with, right? Yeah. So I cut her out of my life. I was like, that's toxic, that's gone. And then 2 years after I cut her out of my life, she had a stroke. And the stroke just fixed it. My mom's a good lady now, dude. Yeah. It was a medical miracle, dude. Just had to fix right out of her. She woke up with empathy and shit, you know? She used to hate immigrants. She snapped out of that stroke and was like, no one's illegal on stolen land. I was like, whoa! Who are you? No way, stroke can't fool me, like, I know who you are. Call her reverse John Fetterman in my house, yeah? Okay, I'm gonna see if you get that. John Fetterman is a congressman who used to wear sweatpants in Congress and like fight for the working man. Then he had a stroke and he's like, put on a suit like, the children should starve. You're like, what? I don't know about you guys, but I've been having kind of a tough year because I look like I voted for Trump. And I don't care how anyone in here voted, but in Kansas City, people are pretty liberal. They're being mean to me. Everywhere I go, people are just like, I hope you're happy. I'm like, what? You don't even know me. What? It sucks, dude. It's just my face. I just look like I walk around like it used to be the Siberian Orchestra. Everything's trans now. All right, guys, you get that one? That's not who I am. I watch NASCAR and Queer Eye. I love everybody, you know? And I cried during both. I'm just here to have a good time. I live with my girlfriend. We've been together for 12 years. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. That's as much as it ever gets. I appreciate you that. Usually you say girlfriend of 12 years, and most women in the crowd just stare at you like, what the fuck is your problem? And I'm kind of tired of it. I don't need any judgment. Fuck off, all right? 12 years. You don't make it 12 years without being happy. We don't want kids, we have insurance and a dog, everything's fine, everything's going great. And no matter how much I explain it on stage, several times a month, a woman will come to me after a show and be like, what are you going to commit to her? And then I'll say, how long have you been married? And they'll say, I'm divorced. And I'll go, maybe you're not the messenger. You know? We're doing fine, actually. Only took me 9 years to figure out I wasn't going to marry her. All right, that's where I lose you. Okay. Listen, 9 years into our relationship, the vaccine came out. And my girlfriend and I sat down to talk about it. And she looked me in the eyes and said, why don't you go get it and I'll see how your body reacts. And by the lack of laughter, I can tell you guys are on her side. Fuck you. No. That's crazy. How far are we going to take that crazy logic? We go to a party together, cocaine comes out, I got to try it first just in case there's fentanyl. No. We're a team. We hold hands and die together like the Notebook or whatever you bitches are into. That's my person. I'm not going anywhere. I love her, you know. We like all the same shit. She likes joking during sex. We're over here. Who's that? Okay, you like it? Is that what happened to your leg, man? Sir, you choke with a closed fist? I don't know how it works for you guys, but sometimes when she's choking me, I'm like, oh God, babe, you're so strong. But I have to take it because I'm a broke comic and she makes more money than me, you know? Yeah. I can't afford a safe word inside my own home, dude, it sucks. It's under the sheets and under the poverty line, dreaming of better days. 12 years, she still surprises me, that's nice. I learned recently she uses hot water when she brushes her teeth. Well, you're correct, that's fucking weird, I don't like it. It scares me every time. My girlfriend's from the Lake of the Ozarks. Easy, alright, let's all do the jokes and the O's about my girlfriend. So yeah, I live with an Ozark woman who brushes her teeth with hot water and she calls beef jerky meat bars, dude. I don't know who I live with. She's too country for me sometimes. Last time we were down at the lake, we were outside chilling. My girlfriend smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer, and a fly landed on her foot. And she didn't react at all. Just kept going on about a conversation. And I was just staring at her foot, and finally, after a few seconds, it crawled between her toes. And nothing. And so I kicked her foot, and she was like, what? And I was like, I need you to feel that. I need you to know where that fly is. I get along great with her mom. Her mom loves me. She buys me gifts sometimes. Last year, she bought me this really cool Elton John shirt, because I'm a big fan, you know, and all right, I'll get there. But it's a shirt, you know, it's a very, very flamboyant portrait of Elton John, a very feathery outfit, and in gold print it says, the bitch is back. So it's a conversation starter, you know. Sometimes I'll walk into a bar and a gay man will approach me and be like, gay? And I go, no. They go, huh? I'm like, sorry. I was in a gas station, there was a guy across the gas station, and he was wearing a shirt that said Strength Through Superior Firearms, with a giant AK-47 on it. And I was looking at that shirt, and I was like, that's kind of a scary shirt. And he saw my shirt and was like, scary shirt, and we just locked eyes. We're just walking towards each other, staring at each other's shirts, you know? We're both thinking the same thing, we're both like, yay. We were both kind of right, you know? Someone asked me at a show one time, I said, what do you mean kind of right? I was like, ah, it's just a joke, man. He goes, what's the gayest thing you've ever done? You ever been asked that at 38? It's none of your business. Then he asked me again, come on, what's the gayest thing you've ever done? And I don't know what you guys do in that situation, but I just panicked and started quoting Kamala Harris, you know? And I was just like, we've been to the border. Just word salad started coming out of my mouth. I was like, we can be unburdened by what has been, or whatever she says. My girlfriend and I, we had a mouse problem in our house not too long ago, which sucks, you know, no one wants like rodents in their home. But I'm a pussy, I'm kind of a catch and release kind of guy, you know, I don't like to kill things. So what I do when I catch a mouse, I put it in a Tupperware, and I drive it 4 miles away from my house so I can't smell its nest. And I drop it off at a tree line, and I say, sorry, you don't pay rent, good luck, buddy, you know? And I'm like, have a nice one. But this last mouse, it outsmarted all my non-lethal traps, and it got into my kitchen, it got into the silverware drawer, and it shit on my forks. And it turns out that changes me, man. Now I'm registered. I'm like, time to die, you know? And I went to Home Depot and just bought a bunch of those glue traps, and I lined up the kitchen. And the next morning, my girlfriend wakes me up shaking my legs. She's like, we got it. What do we do? And I said, there can't be just one, we wait. Turns out I was right. Next morning, 5 mice stuck in this glue trap, can't go anywhere, shitting all over themselves, and I start feeling bad, you know, my empathy kicks in. Fuck that, thank you. So I Googled how to let them free, or how, you know, and you don't want to Google that, that's bad Google. First option is you can douse them in olive oil, but that shit was expensive enough before inflation. Fuck you. Second option, if you leave them, their survival instincts kick in and they will chew off their own feet to escape. Oh shit, that's right, I can't have that. Now I got a bunch of legless mice in my kitchen. Start feeding them because I'm too scared to kill them, you know? Here, you want a treat, boy? Roll over. Should be pretty easy now. I didn't know what to do. I decided I couldn't let them suffer like that, so I decided to put them out of their misery. I decided to just kill them, just to end it. And I decided to drown them. That's not, guys, it's that or a hammer. I don't have a big enough hammer to go, you want to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo? No. They're going out as a family, the way it should be. Fuck those mice, yes. So I filled up this bucket of water. And I was just like, women and children first. And I dropped them in. And I don't, no, you don't stomp on them. I tried to break one time and it broke in half, but they were just... I dropped them in, and I don't know why I watched. That part was fucked up. You shouldn't watch. And then I started crying in my own garage for killing these 5 intruders in my home because I got them too soft. And man, fuck that. And fuck you guys that are moaning for the mice. Just shit on my silverware. Anyone here comes to my house and takes a dump on a fork, they will not find your body. I can tell you that. Alright, I'll do one more story and get out of here. I play this game, Red Dead Redemption. Clap if you don't know what Grand Theft Auto is, the video game. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows, okay, so Red Dead Redemption is just Grand Theft Auto in the woods. You're a cowboy, it takes place in 1899. I play this game a lot, you know, and one day I was playing it, and my girlfriend stopped watching her TV and started watching me play this game, because we have 3 TVs in the living room because I believe in happiness. And as I was playing this game, I committed a crime, and someone saw me commit the crime. And that guy started going back to town. You can't let him get back to town because they'll tell the cops. And if you think cops are crazy now, you don't want to try them in 1899. Those are wild motherfuckers. So I just shot the guy in the back of the head. She's like, what is your problem? I'll leave the witness. And I walked up to check to see what was in his pockets, you know, I see there's some good loot, and I turned it over, and it's a black guy. And my girlfriend's like, what? Are you kidding? I was like, I couldn't tell. He had a cowboy hat on. I had no idea. I would never, you know me. I would never do that. And she wasn't buying it, she just left, you know, she went to the store. And I got back on my horse. And I sauntered into the woods looking for redemption, you know, the name of the game. And I'm in the woods on this horse and I see a fire in the distance, and I'm like, oh, people hiding in the woods, that's probably a gang, those are bad guys. I'll go kill them, that'll make me feel better about myself. And if you played this game, you might already know this game is a little bit too realistic. The fire was not a regular fire, it was a cross on fire in the back of the woods. And I showed up with 14 people in robes around the cross. I showed up at a KKK meeting on accident in this video game, and I was like, this is my chance. So I pulled out my shotgun and I murdered 14 racist white people in the woods. Yeah, thank you. And I got back on my horse feeling pretty good about myself, you know? And I trotted back into town, and I was out of beer at the house, so I got a whiskey in the bar in the game, and as I'm sitting at the bar, I get pickpocketed. This guy takes my stolen KKK money. I'm like, that is my stolen money. And I start chasing him down, you know, I'm getting close. I'm getting tired. And I pull out my lasso, and I lasso him, I get him around the legs, I pull him, and I hog tie, I flip it over. The girlfriend walks back in the door, a black guy. And she's like, is this what you've been doing? I was like, no, where were you? When I killed 14 Klansmen in the woods. I'm a good guy. And the question that always leaves me with is, if you kill 14 racist white people in the woods, but nobody's around to hear it, are you still a good guy? Not in my house. I'm just a big old piece of shit. All right, guys, I'm Dustin Slentz. Thanks for coming out.